Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. Today we're going to be shopping my stash again. So I have everything here that I've been trying out this past week, so we're going to go through everything. I'm going to let you guys know if I'm going to be decluttering anything, and I'm also going to let you guys know how everything worked out for me. So let's push this to the side and we'll start pulling the products out. The first thing is the Too Faced Natural Face palette. So this is the newest one they've come out with. Well, the newest one right now. I know they're coming out with a new palette, well, not recently, but soon. So here's what it looks like on the inside. You get some blushes, you get some bronzers, you get some highlights. So you get a bunch of different products you can use. I love the shade Sunny Honey. That is beautiful. That looks really good on my skin. The shade Pink Wink and Pink Sand, I really like mixing the two together, but they look really good separate as well. Tropic Like It's Hot, I don't really use. So this is the one thing that I don't really use out of this palette. The two highlights, Starlight and Satin Sheets, I use both of these. I can use them mixed together. I can use them separately. I love Satin Sheets on the inner portion of your eyelid, I think that, or the inner corner of your eye, so I think that looks beautiful. I really love this palette, so this is definitely staying in my collection. If you haven't tried this out, I definitely recommend trying it out because it is a really good palette, so I'm definitely keeping it. I love the packaging to it as well because it's like really thick. It's like a very thick, almost it feels like one of those like plastic overlays, but it's like really thick. I don't know, it's really hard to describe unless you've actually touched this packaging. It's really interesting. The next thing is the Morphe eyeshadow palette. So this is the Morphe, this is called the, what is it called? About Last Night palette. So it's the 9N palette. I really like this palette as well. I was able to use this for my Valentine's Day look and I loved it. I love the shade Hot and Crowded. It's beautiful. I love the shade Private Room. Top Shelf is gorgeous. The shade here, Bottle Service, is really nice. This is actually a really good palette from Morphe. I know a lot of people don't really like Morphe for whatever reason they might have, but for me, this was a really good palette. This held its weight in its own, it held its own, whatever you would say, to a lot of the other higher end palettes that I've tried recently. So this is really good. So if most of the other Morphe palettes that are like this, I'm definitely going to be trying more because if they're like this, this is really good. So I highly recommend that you check this out because it wasn't super expensive. It works really well. The shade Provocateur works really well just to lay down into the, as your first shade, like as your base shade. It works really well for that. Showtime worked really well as a crease color. So I really like this. It's very nice. The next thing is I'm going to push away the things that we talk about every week. This is the Volition Beauty. This is the Prismatic Luminizing Shield. So basically this is a type of product that you can use as a primer. I really like this. For some reason, I know it does make my skin feel a little bit oily, but for some reason it looks so good on my skin, and I don't know if it's because it's got that prismatic type of product to it, because it does have a little bit of a glowiness to it, so I'll show you. So it's got a little bit of a glowiness, but it also has like a little bit of greasiness to it. So if that makes sense, not like in a bad way, just you can tell that it has some oil in there that's going to help your skin if your skin is very dehydrated like mine is. But it also gives a little bit of a glow. It kind of lightens my skin up where it's red. So I really like this. I think it works really well. Plus it has SPF 50 in it, which is really good. This is a 1 ounce container. I don't know, this expires in 2/20, so I gotta make sure I note that so that I don't use it beyond its expiration. But this is a really good primer, so if you haven't tried this, I really like this. Then I tried 2 different concealers this week. Is this the only concealers I had? Yes, these weren't really, no, there's one more here. We have the Urban Decay. This is the All Nighter Concealer. I don't like this whatsoever. It feels really drying under my eyes. It works good for like my face, so if I want to cover up acne, it works good for that. But it's really dry. Like this is a very dry formula. Like you can even tell that it's not very like moisturizing whatsoever by putting it there like that, versus the Naked Skin one. Watch, I'll put them side by side and you should be able to see a difference. Do you see how much this one looks like it's got a lot more hydration to it? And this one's a lot more matte. So I really don't like this one for under my eyes because I feel like it accentuates my dryness, whereas the Naked Skin really does not accentuate anything bad. The Kokie was actually really good as well because I was using this alongside of the All Nighter to kind of combat the dryness. Plus this one's pretty light, so if I put these two together, it worked really well for me. So I like these in combination together. I like Kokie by itself. I like this on my skin like for acne and stuff, and I like this one for everything. This is my holy grail. It works well for everything on my skin, so I'm going to keep all 3 of these, but I know that when I pull this one out that I need to pull one for specifically under my eyes because it doesn't work well there for me. The next thing is the Laura Mercier. This is the translucent setting powder. This is a really good setting powder. It's very messy. I make such a mess with this all the time. I always put it in the lid and then forget I've got it in the lid and then tip the lid back over and forget. I make a mess with it. But anyway, that's just me. But this is a really good setting powder. I think it works well for my dry skin. It's the translucent, so it's not got much color to it or anything. It does have a little bit of a color, but nothing that's going to change the color of your skin. It just has enough to where it's going to kind of matte it down a little bit, which my skin, even being dry, I still like to put a little bit of powder down so that my skin doesn't look too oily or too greasy or anything like that. I want it to look luminous, not greasy, so this is nice. The next thing is my Stila. This is the Stila Glitter and Glow, and this is in Ballet Baby. This is gorgeous. I love the shade. I used this for my lid when I was doing my, I couldn't think, Valentine's Day night look. So here's what it looks like. You can definitely see the sparkle in there. It's beautiful. This works really well for me. I have heard some people say that you can put Visine drops in these to actually loosen them back up if they've dried out on you. I haven't tried that. This one here is not actually dry, so I'm thankful that it's not dry. But I also have the Inglot little drops that I could use, so I'm going to try that on. I do have one or two that are actually dried up a little bit, so I'm going to try that and I'll let you guys know maybe in a future video if that actually works out. So, but I really love this one. The next thing is my Too Faced Born This Way. This is my Holy Grail foundation. This works so well for my dry skin. My skin is super, super dry all the time. So for me, this works well in the summer. It works well in the winter. This is just not a winter shade for me. This is natural beige. It's a little too dark for me. So what I had to do was go in with the NYX Pro Foundation Mixer. This is pretty much just a white color. So I'll show you. Might as well swatch everything out here on my hand today, right? So here's what it looks like. It's basically just, it's white. So once you mix that in with your foundation, if you have a foundation that's too dark, then it will blend it together and make it lighter. So I'll just mix it here with these concealers and you can see that it definitely lightens it up. I need to grab something to wipe my hands off with. That wasn't very smart. Hang on. Grab a little pink towel here. Look at all these swatches on my hand. I need to wipe them off before I get it everywhere. But anyway, this is my Holy Grail foundation, so I will be purchasing more of this as soon as I run out of this one. I'm not going to purchase a winter shade because working these two together works well for me. This worked really good for helping to lighten it up, so I don't need to purchase a specific winter shade, but when I need a new one, I will be purchasing more. The next thing is the IT Cosmetics. This is the Superhero Mascara. We have fallen back in love with each other. I feel like we should do like little love heart emojis all around this. I love this mascara. It's not a concealer. I love this mascara. It works so well for my lashes. It gives me length. It gives me volume. My lashes look almost like they're not real. They look like I'm wearing false lashes. I love this. I know a lot of people don't think that the packaging is well, which I agree. The packaging is not that great on like the bigger one here because it will start to gunk up around the sides here. So I don't know if you can tell mine's getting a little gunky. I need to just take a little makeup cloth and wipe it off because it will get gunky and then it'll dry out pretty quickly because it's not sealing up properly. So just make sure you wipe it off. Mine needs to be done. So it does work really good though, in my opinion. Then we have the NYX Micro Brow. I think everybody knows that this is a really good micro brow pencil. It, to me, is the same thing as the Anastasia brow pencil. It's the same thing. It's got the small little spoolie on the end. It's got the small little tip here, so it's going to work well for giving you precise little tick marks. So if you're doing like your brows and you want to tick them in, I always say tick it in, draw them in, it works really well for that. So, and this is in the shade Taupe. It works good for me. Then I had some lip products here. So we had, let's see, we had these four right here. So actually I pulled another one in. This was like a little freebie that I got from Ulta. This is a Lime Crime Diamond Crushers. This worked really well for like my matte lipsticks. Like this was really, really matte. This shade right here is super, super matte. So it worked really well mixing it with that because I don't like the way that matte lipsticks look on me. I'm actually going to be getting rid of all the Kat Von D Studded Kisses because they're so matte on my lips and I'm not sure that I love that. So these will be gone when I do my lip declutter, which I should be trying to do very soon. But this is a very bright pink color too as well. So it's not a shade that I love. So the shade itself is not something that I'm in love with. But mixing it with this made it a lot better. So that worked well together. These two reds, I ended up wearing neither for Valentine's Day, believe it or not. I used my Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Charlotte Tilbury and Bond Girl. I used this because I think it looked beautiful on my lips. It has such, I love the color. The color is like my shade. I'm comfortable in that color. It makes me feel pretty. These colors, I feel very self-conscious. The whole time I'm wearing something bright red, I always feel like, oh my gosh, is it on my teeth? Is it moved all around my mouth? So I didn't want to feel uncomfortable on Valentine's, so I used this. I love this, so that's definitely staying. The next thing is the Benefit Erase Paste, and then we have these two little ones here as well. So we have the Boeing, the Lemonade Erase Paste, the Eye Bright, and then Erase Paste. So the Erase Paste works really good for if you want to use them for setting your lids. They are a little bit more emollient than like the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, but it works well. Lemonade works well as well, in my opinion. All of these work good for that if you want to use them to set your lids with. They work good for that, but they also work well for what they're meant for. So Lemonade is actually meant to kind of like get rid of any sallowness. So if you have like, I'm not even sure what sallowness means, but I just use it for a lid primer. The Eye Bright works well under your eyes. These are good, so I'm going to hold on to all of those. Then we have the Tarte. This is the Tarte Tarteist. This is the clay paint liner. It does come with this little liner when you purchase this. So it's important to have something like this to use with it because this is a very interesting type of product. So the way that this works is it comes out right here on the tip. I don't know if you can see that there's like a little, it's like almost like a cup. It comes out into there, and then you take your little pencil, your little brush, and you dip that into there, and then you use that to line your eyes. This works really well. It doesn't smudge, it doesn't like flake off or anything, so I really did enjoy this, and I like that it's like a little bit smaller like the packaging is, so it's easy to travel with, so I really do like this. Then we have the Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. I was going to say Brow Wiz. This is not the Brow Wiz. The Anastasia Clear Brow Gel. So I like this for setting my brows if I feel like I'm going to have like a special day like Valentine's. So I use this to set my brows with because it does help to kind of make them stay in place. So it works well for me. So that's staying in my collection as well. So everything is staying. The only other things in my basket are the things that always stay. So we have those products there that always are in my basket. So they will be staying as well, besides my hair tie. So now we're going to move over to here. We're going to be pulling some new makeup out. So we've got our little basket here so we can shop the stash. So we're going into the foundation drawer. So I don't know what I want to use this week, honestly. I'm not even sure. So, let me think. I think I want to use, let's see, what haven't I used recently? Have I used these recently? I don't think I've used these recently. So let's pull this one. This looks like it might be the closest to my shade match. This is the Physicians Formula, and it's in the shade, oh my gosh. I don't even know where the shade is. I'm sure it's on here somewhere. I don't see it though. But either way, I think this one might work. This is a brightening complex. So I'm going to use the foundation right here this week. If I have used this recently, I do apologize. I forget what I use, honestly. So we're just going to use that for this week for my foundation. So I'm going to put that in our little basket here. So that's there. Now we're going to go over to the drawers. So we are down to L, M, N. I think was N was the next one. Or maybe it wasn't N. Either way, we're going to go into this palette, this drawer right here. Nope, this is us. That's not the drawer we want to be in. We want to go into this one. So we're going to look in here and see if we can find something. I haven't played with these. So these are the Jaclyn Hill, the Morphe, what are they called? The Morphe. This is the Armed and Gorgeous, the Dark Magic, the Ring the Alarm, the Bling Boss. I should play with these. So maybe I'll pick one or two of these. Let's pick two of these. Let's do Bling Boss and Ring the Alarm. Let's do these two here. So I'll show you what they look like as well. So let me pull this out a little bit so I can make sure we have room. So again, I haven't played with these at all yet, so it'll be interesting to see if these actually work, because I know they have not gotten the greatest reviews, but after trying that other Morphe palette last week, I'm actually pretty excited to try these out. So here is the purple colors right here. So that's what this is the Bling the Alarm, I think is what it said. Bling Boss. Bling Boss. So here is Bling Boss. Here's what it looks like. So it's got a lot of pretty purple colors in here. So I'm excited to try that one out. So that'll be one that we're going to play with. And then we have the other one here. This is I think I actually want to do Armed and Gorgeous. I think that one's the one that's got the green in it. I want to do Armed and Gorgeous. I think this one is the one that has green. I'm pretty sure it is. Because there's a green shade that's very interesting that I want to try out. Is that the one? Yeah, Top Secret right there. Top Secret. That's the one I want to try out. So I am going to use this palette as well. So I'm going to use both of these for this week. So we have 2 palettes picked for this week. So we are set. So we can close the drawer up using my cute Costco pajamas. You see my Costco pajamas? They're so cute, right? Okay, so put that over there. Now we're going to go into primer. So since I'm using the Physicians Formula, I want to see if I can use something that's more drugstore as well to go with that. Let me see. What do I have in here? So this is the JCat. This is the H2O Fresh Dewy Base Primer. So that could be a good one to play with this week. So let's do that one. Hopefully that'll be nice and hydrating. And then we have blush palettes. So I do have a new blush palette that I want to play with, but it's going to be in another video. So let me see. Let's just pull one. Let's pull one of these big blush books because we haven't played with these in a long time. Actually, no, we have because I played with the whole Z palette. So that is a lie. I did do that. Okay, so let's do the Smashbox one. This is the Smashbox. What is this called? This is called the LA Lights palette. So this was like a holiday 2017, I think, palette. So here's what it looks like on the inside. It's got lots of blushes in here. It's got a highlight in here. It's got a bronzer. So we've got tons of colors to choose from. So that'll be a good one to play with this week. I wanted more drugstore, but I don't think I have too many blush palettes that are drugstore. Highlight palettes. Let's see. Ooh, we have not played with this yet at all. Let's play with this. This is definitely not drugstore. This is Pat McGrath. And this is her, what are these called? This is the, I have no idea what this is even called. This is the Sublime Skin Highlighting Trio. I haven't played with this at all, so I want to play with this to see how good it works on my skin. I've swatched it, but that's it. So we're going to play with that. And then we're going to move over to here and let's grab a lipstick. So for lipsticks, let me think. What do I want to play with this week? Is there anything down in here that we want to play with? We could play with the Urban Decay Vice palettes. We could play with these this week because these are something that I don't play with very often, and they might be fun to play with because you can kind of create your own lip colors for the week. So that'll be fun. Here's what these colors look like. They have lots of greens and lots of greens. There's a green. There's all different colors in here. Let's play with these. Let's grab both of these out. So there's that one. And then I have the other one here as well. So this one looks like this. It looks like, maybe. Okay, here we go. This one here hasn't played with hardly at all. So that'll be a good one to play with as well. That's got some bright reds in there. And some more neutrals. So let's play with these. Let's play some blush palette. I mean, some lip palettes to see if they're actually worth keeping in my collection. Oh, my backup drawer was opening up by itself. Contour and bronze. So for contour and bronze, I think I want to play with this. This is something that I recently grabbed at Ulta. This is the Mighty Contourer. This is a 3-in-1 contour blush and highlight kit, but it's a cream type of product. So I'm a little leery about it because I don't really like cream products, but at the same time, I want to give it a shot. I picked it up, it was on sale, and I was like, let's try it. So on the bottom you have a blush and a highlight, and then at the top, maybe. It's hard to maneuver with one hand. Okay, and at the top it's got some bronzer. So that bronzer looks quite orange, but we'll try it out anyway. So those are going to go up there. Let me grab our basket. Got our basket down here. Oh, it's heavy. Alright, so put everything in the basket. So we've got that so far. So our basket's getting full. Now we're going to move over to here to powders. So for powders, whoops, we're still testing these out. We've tested out French Vanilla. No, was it French? We checked out Chai, didn't we? We checked out the Chai face powder. Wasn't that it? This is Brightening Vanilla, Brightening Rose. Let's do Brightening Rose. Let's use the Brightening Rose powder. So we'll try this one out because I'm almost ready to review these. So we've only got 2 more to try out, and then I can review these and let you guys know which ones I personally would purchase again or that I could recommend to you guys. So here's what this one looks like. It says, "Get ready to be admired." Their packaging is so darn cute. Okay, so here's what the packaging looks like. It's pink, and then it's just a brightening powder. It's a translucent powder, so we're going to use that. And then we're going to go up to eye primer and concealer. So in here I'm going to grab, let's grab our Tom Ford. I haven't used that in a long time, so it's been a while since I used this. This is the Tom Ford Eye Primer Duo, so we're going to use this. My basket's getting very full. Now concealer, so in the concealer drawer, what should we pull? Let's pull, first let's use this up. Let's try to get this used up, so let's pull that out. And then let's pull this out. This is the Physicians Formula Insta Ready Full Coverage Concealer, so let's pull this concealer as well. So we have 2 concealers. And then mascara. So for mascara, let's pull, let's do this one. This is the Tarte Tarteist. Well, let's pull that one out. That'll be good. I'll stick that in the basket. And then liner. Let's do this ColourPop one. We have a ColourPop one in here that's in the shade Call Me. And then we have another one in here that's in the shade Overboard. So let's do both of those. So we're gonna, oops, you probably didn't even see them. So there's Overboard and Call Me. So we're gonna use both of these shades for my liners for this week. That'll be interesting. Alright. Yep, I'm extremely noisy. Everything's falling out of my basket. Okay, so now we're up to brows. It says, do you see my little logo, my little label? It says brows on fleek. And that's funny, right? Okay, so in here we're going to pull a brow product. Let's pull, I don't know. Let's dig around here a bit. What's this? Let's do this one. This is the Milani Easy Brow. So the automatic pencil, it's water resistant, so we're going to use this one. We use the Milani one. So we got a little bit of mix of drugstore and more high end for this week. So got a little variety here in the basket. Look at the basket. Holy smokes, that keeps dropping. All right, so here is everything in the basket we've shot for this week. Our basket is kind of like full. It's very full. So this is everything we're going to be using. I'd love to know what you guys think of the products we're going to be using this week. If you guys have any opinions on these products, especially these 2 palettes from the Jaclyn Hill Morphe thing. I know that they're older, so if you have them, maybe we can use them together this week. That would be great. If you can give me some tips and tricks, that would be amazing. Anyway, this is everything I'm going to be using. I'd love to know your thoughts, your opinions. Thank you guys so much for watching, and until next time, I'll catch you guys later.